Hey guys, welcome to Tech Gaming Podcast. I'm Bryan Swan, aka Athemocracy, joined today with Mark Warren, aka K9 Biskuts. We're going to talk about this PlayStation conference that we just came out of. Also, a few bits of gaming news that were very surprising out of the Apple Keynote. Let's talk about this PlayStation conference first.
I don't think I was there to catch the Keynote.
You didn't see the Keynote, but just the gaming things that we got from the Keynote. Like the Keynote is the speech, the conference. Anyway,
I missed the Keynote.
All right. Anyway, you didn't miss the Keynote. You saw the last bits of it. No, the Keynote is the speech.
Oh, it is a speech.
I'm keeping this in. I'm not re-editing this.
I don't care if you re-edit this. You got.
Let's just talk about this conference. I need to say first off, this is the most corporate conference I have ever seen from PlayStation in the past 4 years. This is the most boring, bland, and a boring conference for a boring-looking device. God, this is... I don't know what the hell this was, but Mark, what were your thoughts on this? I mean, Jesus. We'll talk about everything that happened, but...
This was a mediocre conference. It was dry as hell. I mean, I didn't really have much expectations for a non-E3 conference. I thought it was going to be pretty entertaining. This was not. This was okay, it's not as boring as as Square Enix conference, but
that was damn close.
It's damn close. This is made for this is clearly made just for investors and nobody else.
But the moment that clearly should have stuck out was the fact that they didn't have any opening bombastic video. They always do. Sony always has a bombastic video for the PlayStation brand. That's every single time they go out for a certain PlayStation's meeting. And they didn't this time. The stage didn't look very exciting.
The stage was boring. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the stage didn't look very exciting. It was boring. It was dimly lit, and everyone spoke in a very bland style. There was no substance. There was no excitement. There were very few sound bits before someone would go on stage. Everything that was the identity of a PlayStation conference wasn't there at all. And yeah, like you said, definitely for shareholders.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sad thing is they went through the reveals very poorly. For example, they said 40 million units. Usually that would get applause, but they said it so blandly that no one cared. And they said PS4 Slim. They revealed PlayStation 4 Slim just so quickly that no one got a chance. They didn't have an introduction video for it. They didn't have any catering toward, here's the design, here's what we did differently. They just sort of threw it out there and showed the product, and that was it. $299, and then they started talking about PS4 Pro in the most boring way possible. They talked about the power, which is twice as much power, GPU power, as the original PS4. It has a 1 terabyte hard drive standard, and it's mostly for better quality when it comes to 4K and VR. Of course, Sony working on their VR device, but man, that was the way that they presented PlayStation Pro, PS4 Pro. I haven't seen them ever make a device so boring, except for I don't want to cut you off, but this reminds me so much because they keep trying to push this 4K stuff. It feels so much like PlayStation 3's launch, where they kept trying, or reveal when they kept trying to talk about the Blu-ray and the entertainment features, and they tried to push this Blu-ray so much down people's throats, and it was a good value, it made sense, but not many people are very interested in this investment in a 4K device and TV. I don't need a 4K TV. I don't care, but they kept trying to force us down your throats, and every time it felt so corporate.
It's weird because they try to show you the difference, but we don't have a 4K TV or a device that runs 4K 4K power, so it's we can't tell the difference.
Exactly. Yeah.
And even if we did have that, then why would you need to introduce Netflix and shit?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's weird. I had my theory that Sony's just being cocky because isn't the PS4 selling the most? Is it most selling in this generation?
Of course, it's blowing out of the water. It's currently at probably around 45 million, but they're saying 45 million units so far.
Yeah.
But we'll see toward the end of the year. I think I said 65 million units. Or 65 million units by the end of this year. Back in January, I predicted that. I don't know if they'll actually hit that, but it seems like they will.
Yeah, well, they already know they have they already know they have a demographic, so they just we don't really need to impress these guys anymore. So they're just gonna buy any shit we throw out. So all they need to do is all they need to do is impress the investors. And, when they do that, they don't have to put much effort into that. We don't have to, add too much music and hype factor. We can, we can just, just like throw out the text and stuff.
Exactly. Like I said midway through this conference, this is the conference that Sony couldn't have made during the 2013 February 20th reveal for PS4. This is so corporate that it doesn't feel like it converts to gamers. It doesn't convert very well to any audience that really was interested in trying to find a way to really... They didn't sell it to anyone outside of the corporate Sony audience. And it's night and day. I mean, you look at the conference that they had for the reveal of PlayStation 4, it was catered, it was cared. They did everything very delicately. It was tightly knit. And I expected that they would do the same for this sort of conference, because you're trying to launch a brand new device. You're going to launch a Slim, you're going to launch a PS4 Pro. These are two very high-end devices, or two new devices that will push that will push this generation forward. And they just didn't deliver. I mean, it was such blandness. But let's talk about the games they showed. They showed Horizon, Mass Effect, and Call of Duty. Funny enough, Call of Duty, the guy who came on stage, for some reason said, PlayStation Pro game, PlayStation Pro will read Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and the remastered title on day one, as if it was not going to read any PS4 fucking disc. Or are you an idiot? Oh my god. But yeah, we saw some Mass Effect for the first time ever. Andromeda. I don't know what to think of this game yet. I'm not really knowledgeable on the series. Are you? I mean, are you knowledgeable on the series or not really?
Nope.
Yeah. So.
Oh wait. Just for the audience, a prevailing tone or a central theme, typically one set and introduced at the start of a conference. Okay, there we go.
The keynote.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
I literally just looked it up.
Congratulations. But. They showed a number of games. I was worried that Call of Duty was going to talk about dogs and graphics. This felt like the Xbox conference, a little more corporate than the Xbox conference. Somehow. I don't know how. We came from the Apple device. We'll talk about Apple as well, and I don't want this to be a rant, but it's a rant because Sony has done so well in the past 3 years of conferences. They haven't dropped the ball at all, and this is the first time that they've really dropped the ball. I have not seen this from Sony ever.
Yeah,
in the past 3, and they, I don't know what the hell this is.
They're usually good at like keeping surprises. They didn't I guess the only surprise is probably Mass Effect. Actually showing something from Mass Effect, but it's just like what they showed of Mass Effect is just a cutscene. It's just like a guy.
A cutscene and a little bit of and walking.
Yeah, that I pretty much counted as a cutscene because there was no gameplay right there. It was just like.
Let's walk.
It was a cutscene you can move around in.
Exactly.
It was just like walking and like opening a door and walking more like. I mean, it looked pretty. Not like this console, but it looked pretty. Yeah, it looked nice. I mean, I like to see like what it has to offer in towards it being a game. Mm-hmm. I mean, because like it doesn't really interest me as like a person outside of the franchise who doesn't really know anything about the franchise.
All right.
Most of the games they showed is just like environments and stuff. No gameplays I can show in here except for
Horizon was just the same loop that we've seen over and over, except this was a different.
It was even less. It was just climbing a robot.
It was climbing a robot, different dinosaur or different mech. This was it. That was it. Basically the same sort of style, and it's really disappointing that they're just going over and over and over, make the same gameplay loops. Because this is the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen Horizon, and they just started showing it. I think when was it? Either 2015 or. I can't remember, but like every single conference they've shown this, and it's like, all right, you don't need to milk this thing so much. We'll wait a little bit, and you guys can release it in 2017. Let's get to the elephant in the room. This PS4 Pro. I mean, we saw the pictures of the PS4, the PS4 Slim, and we didn't expect the Pro to look so ugly. But the PS4 Slim, I could understand. You're cutting the cost, so you're saving money by making a device that was sleek, that was not sleeker, that was slimmer and more plastic looking and more bland because you want to cut costs. But then you make the more powerful PS4 look like just as ugly. What even? This thing looks disgusting. I'm sorry, but the effort is gone from Sony. There was no design effort.
What's the kink about the Pro? Like, what's the gimmick of the Pro?
the stuff that was talked about. The twice GPU power, 1 terabyte hard drive, it's able to render 4K images and gameplay. Well, 4K, you'll be able to see things in 4K. It won't be able to fully go out and make a 4K game, but you'll see display wise, you'll get the full graphics.
So
potential.
Is this the Neo?
This is the Neo right here. Oh. That's the Neo.
Oh shit.
Yep. You thought there was gonna be a better device, huh? Yeah.
I thought it was they probably should have kept that name and probably done more with it.
Yep. Well,
probably bundle it with the VR or something.
I thought Pro. Yeah, I thought Pro. I think Pro's okay. I just think that
bundle it with freaking bring the Vita back. Because it's probably cheaper now, so you just bundle it with the Vita.
We have to. Okay, so like we're talking about before, the conference is so bad. All right. The way they reveal this PS4 Pro is the laziest way that I've ever seen Sony reveal a device since 2006. Since 2006, literally just in the corner of the stand. In the corner stands a PS4 Pro, just in the corner. A little bit of light on it, you can barely see it. And then Andrew House pulls up another one, and he's holding it, and you can barely see him holding it.
Yeah.
Like, God. These guys.
This fucking thing is heavy.
Oh, my God.
The idea of the Pro is, pretty funny because it's they made the traditional slim, for the PS4, just making a sleeker design. With the Pro, they just made a fatter design,
uglier design.
Let's make one skinnier and let's make one fatter.
I really thought the original
demographics.
I really thought that that they'd use the original PS4 as and just use that body and just put the processing into that device while using the Slim as that right there.
So wait, are there gonna be PS Pro exclusive games or something?
It just renders in 4K. You can see stuff in 4K. This isn't the PlayStation 5. This is literally the opposite of a PlayStation 5.
At least
a steady step forward. This is like if Xbox One S can watch. You can watch stuff in 4K. You can play stuff in 4K on PS4. Okay, or Pro. I'm sorry, that's confusing. But $399. What do you think? $399. It's a 4K gaming device. Twice the GPU power PS4. The original 1 terabyte hard drive standard. $50 more than a current PlayStation 4.
It's not bad. It's pretty much the price where the PS4 launched at.
Yeah.
So it's if you're looking to spend that money anyway, might as well on a I guess better version for a better TV if you have one.
They just
no point. And because 4K TVs are HDR, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those TVs are expensive, so unless you're super up to date with and you bought your expensive TV just recently, then
there's no point.
It's really no point. And I'm pretty sure that that Xbox Scorpio is almost ready, but Microsoft just not pulling out anything until
2017.
Until they want to see what everybody else has to offer first. I feel like.
No, yeah, this is a smart move for them, but they already put their fork in they already said, hey, we're gonna be the most powerful box of all time, and
because it's their strategy.
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought that we came from the Apple event, right? We saw the Apple event. They tried as hard as possible to get you interested in an iPhone 7. But with all the features that were inside it, they tried as hard as possible to make you want to buy an iPhone 7. Oh. And then the PlayStation event doesn't even try to cater to the gamer, doesn't even try to cater to the hardcore market to say, you should buy this device. You should go out and put $400 into PlayStation. Because this corporate bull was a waste of time.
With the Apple conference, I wasn't really bored through most of it. I was actually interested through most of it, mostly because the stage looked nice. The presentation, the atmosphere generally looks nice. This stage PlayStation Sony has right now is fucking boring. It looks like I looked like okay. I was like okay, this is decent at first, but then when you're like looking at the stage for over 30 minutes, it's like okay, it groans on you. It's just like. And you realize how dull it is. It's just like it's pretty much like
they really just rented out a hotel space.
Yeah.
And didn't even put any effort into making it look anything else like a hotel space.
It's pretty much the equivalent of a school auditorium.
Yeah.
I mean with the Apple event, I'm making a point the stage looks nicer. The PowerPoints or the presentation were like set up nicer. The way they presented their features was handled a lot better because they actually had live demos.
Yep.
PlayStation was just had videos of stuff you already seen, but you have to take their word for it. It's higher resolution, even though you kind of need to. You can't really tell unless you have that higher resolution device. So how can I can't tell that this is 4K on my non-4K TV.
Yeah, this just was not crafted well, and they had more than a month. They announced it well ahead of time, and I can't believe that this is what we got out of PlayStation. Anything to wrap up? I guess we'll wrap this up and we'll talk about the other few things that were overall in with what else we got from Apple's event in terms of Nintendo news, but. This conference, we got a new device, but they really didn't cater to us at all. They didn't grab me one bit. I don't want to buy this device. That's how bad it was. I wanted to go in saying they're going to market to me so I can be ready to buy one. And I thought that okay, they have to make the box look good looking and not like Twin Towers, because that's what it looks like. It looks like it doesn't look impressive at all. It looks disgusting. It looks like a fat slab.
I know the reason you don't want to buy them, and it's the same reason I don't want to buy them. They didn't really show off any. They didn't really give off a reason except the reason that was already announced prior to this press event that we already knew about. It's 4K. It's gonna show off 4K.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all it is. I guess higher processing power, but it's not going to do anything different besides, from a PS4 to accept more resolution, just more 4K.
Yeah.
It's just less PS4 and resolution if you have the resolution compatible for it.
Exactly.
Other than that, there's nothing new here.
No.
Everything you've seen from E3 is right here.
I'm really disappointed. This gives Nintendo's apparent September event. It's already September and we haven't. It's been rumored very much that Nintendo's going to have an event in September, but it's about to become mid-September in a few days, and we haven't heard anything. I'm beginning to get worried that Nintendo's not actually going to have an event, and that we're probably not going to see it.
Probably.
I'm questioning now what's going on, but. In terms of this event, this gives all the leeway to Xbox right now. I mean, I get it, right? You have a device, the PS4 Slim. Everyone's heard about it. It was leaked. Everyone knows about it. There, it's already set. It's already set in stone. So the PS4 Slim's already basically out there in terms of gaming knowledge. And that's a worthy buy. If you're interested in the PS4, it's now cheaper than ever. It's $299 for an ugly box, but hey, it's a PS4. It's really ugly. I can't imagine. I don't know why, but God, this thing looks ugly. Then you have the PS4 Pro, which for some reason looks even less pro than a PS4 Slim, because it looks like a computer from the 80s, or it just looks very odd. Anyway, let's move on to the Apple.
Well, like I said before, Sony just they're cocky. They don't care. They can just throw a cable box out there and put a PlayStation logo on it, and we know people are gonna buy it anyway, so we don't even have to try.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm surprised because it actually looks like a cable box now. PS4 Slim and PS4 Pro both look like One of those cable boxes you get from Xfinity.
Yeah, I actually look like when you see them standing next to each other.
Yeah, like if you imagine them flat, they don't look like VCRs, but they look like cable boxes, and that sucks. But hey, all right, Apple unveiled a couple of things in terms of tech. Apple Watch, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. But in terms of gaming news, Super Mario Runner, brand new game coming to iOS devices very soon. No release date yet, but it will be coming. Mario is on iOS. It's here. It's been rumored.
Yeah,
it's
an
been
official Mario.
there.
Yay.
What are your thoughts?
When Nintendo announced they were gonna when Nintendo first announced they were gonna make like mobile games and one of the ideas was a Mario game. This is exactly how I imagined it. It's just like new Super Mario Brothers with a touchscreen. It's not a bad idea. Just like I don't like new Super Mario Brothers series is like the most. It's the most what's the word I'm looking
it's
for?
Simple.
Conveyor belt.
Oh. Okay.
Conveyor belt made like soulless series.
Right.
It's
boring.
Yeah,
it's like
this was like the launch title for like the Wii U and it's like there's like one I never said it's boring as crap and you have Mario Maker now, so it's just like available everywhere.
The way that they unveiled it, I was still very surprised because of course you hear all the news about Nintendo and NX and all this stuff. You don't expect them to go out and release it because of course you expect them to say NX event first and then they go from there. When Mario came on stage, when Mario was like visually on stage, that like blew my mind. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I can imagine. I wasn't there for that, but I can imagine.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? And then Nintendo's on an Apple stage. That's insane. And of course they started talking about it, and Miyamoto, he tried to do English for a little bit, and it was not working, so we had a translator come out.
Hey, they have to get money from wherever they can. Wii U's not making it for them.
So, they showed off the game, Endless Runner, but the Endless Runner, it's not actually an Endless Runner because you do the victory, you go to the flag, and same old. You get points, then
it's a runner.
You can go against, you can run against players, basically, so you can do co-op and competition, basically eliminating the need for if you're a Mario fan and you like 3DS, you don't need it particularly. Then again, 2DS is only $79. So anyway,
it's also like not free to play, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to say it's not free to play, so it's probably gonna cost them like $10 most likely.
I like the idea of like a premium app game, like it just like a phone. It's just like not like free to play. It's like an actual game, but like apparently there's still microtransactions. So like I'm curious how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
And is it gonna be worth it in the end?
Oh no, if it's gonna be microtransactions out the ass, then they should have made this free. But
depends how they handle it. I'm curious.
Exactly, it just depends on the way that they style it and all that stuff.
Well, that's what Nintendo. At this point in time, Nintendo's kind of known for making mistakes. So
they've done it. Yeah.
Gotta see how it is.
Also, Pokemon Go is now on the Apple Watch. You can find out where the Pokestops are. You can find out where Pokemon is. You can walk to the Pokemon using the GPS technology in the Apple Watch. That's now there.
Okay. Cool.
I thought it was. I was surprised because I was like, Pokemon Go is pretty unpopular. It's still popular, but it's faded out.
It's still popular. Yeah, it's definitely faded out.
Yeah,
it's still It's still. There's still people that know of it.
No, yeah, there's still people that are walking around in groups doing that stuff.
But I'm pretty sure there's also still people that know of it. Just like probably people that just barely play anymore. So.
Right. Yeah. Like there were people that had the hype that were like that jumped on the hype train because it was getting so popular. Apparently, there were over 500 million downloads, so almost 500 million downloads. So that's insane. So that's how big their field is. But I don't know how many people have actually jumped back into it. Of course, it's a battery drainer, so all these different things to do with it. But anyway, those were the two pieces of news in terms of gaming. But when it comes down to the iPhone, I don't know if you really want to talk about this. But I was really impressed with the fact that this camera looks really good. Like I have a DSLR that's dying on me; it's falling apart, and of course, the price for these iPhones is pretty expensive.
It's reasonable for a phone.
For a phone with all the technology that's inside of it, it makes sense.
I'm kind of like, I'm used to seeing these kind of price tags on new phones. It's like, it's like the 7 alone didn't really go over 700 like I imagine.
That was just the base model.
Yeah, like I mean, at least the base model's like 650.
Mm-hmm. Base model 650. 7 Plus with the full camera technology is $769 standard. That's just standard. That's a 32 gigs, and with that camera, you're gonna want to do a lot in terms of photography, that sort of thing. So with the 256 gig model, you can expect that to be about $1,000. I mean, again, it has technology in it that's very impressive. Headphone jack's out. We talked about this for a little bit. They're using the Lightning port as the headphone jack at this point in time, which is a debatable thing because of the fact that actually it's an ignorant thing because now you have to use the switch out between the charger and the headphone jack. And
if you have headphones, the best solution for this is probably going to be like
don't use your headphones. Until you.
I was thinking Bluetooth or.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Are you ready to talk about their weird earbuds?
Their earpods. Yeah.
Earpods. There we go.
That cost $160. They're not in box like the. Remember they sold the original earpods, standard with an iPhone. They used to sell them standard, but these they don't come standard. Even though you're gonna need them if you really want to get the full-fledged experience with the iPhone 7. Yeah, that you're gonna thought the bird was gonna turn on. I was worried for a second. But yeah, those earpods. I don't know. I mean, they're cool. I was really cool tech. I just thought they were gonna come standard. I thought that was gonna be like, all right, and they come free with an iPhone because you're paying that much money for an iPhone. Might as well get them. I mean, come on. Now you have to pay. Remember, $649 for a 7. Then you have to pay another $160. That means that if you really want to get that wireless experience, you're going up to $900, $950. Man.
Yeah, so it's I don't think barely people are going to buy these headphones because first of all, it's only exclusive. I think it's only exclusive to possibly the 6 and 7. And
they didn't explain that, did they?
And you got tons of Bluetooth headphones everywhere. There's probably gonna be, and after this point in time, there's probably gonna be a third party rip off of this for all we know.
Oh yeah.
So it's just why bother? I think it probably would have been cooler if Apple kind of bossed up and actually just made those earphones third party and made them work on Android. Then probably more people would be interested in buying them.
That's actually what's surprising. You're right. You were right about that. If they actually went out and said, these Bluetooth headphones, they don't want to say Bluetooth, though. It's funny.
Yeah.
None of this at all, did they say Bluetooth. These headphones, you can buy on Android, but they don't want to jump into that market at all. That's the only thing. But if they did expand, that would give them a lot more leverage into getting this sort of wireless world a little bit more advanced.
Yeah.
Because Android's going to keep on going headphone jack as long as manufacturers are making headphone jacks, and Apple's world is stopping that as of September 16th. You can still get the iPhone 6 and 6S, but technology wise, you're out of luck. Apple Watch. You're not really an Apple Watch fan. You haven't.
I would be if I had money for it.
What if
saving all these Apple products?
What if I told you that it's not $399 anymore? They have a new Apple Watch, the Series 2. It has a faster processor and a GPS included for $369. But the original Apple Watch has a faster processor. It's only $269.
Can I borrow $269, Bryan?
No, but
shit.
But no, I think that the price of the original Apple Watch will get a lot more people that were interested into it because that $399 price tag, or I think it was $349. No, it was $399. That $399 was so ridiculous. It was another. Yeah. It was do I really want to pay that much for an Apple Watch? And now that this is original, is so much cheaper.
It's like paying for another phone.
Exactly, and so this will give you a lot more opportunity. It costs less than a PS4 Slim, so gives you interest in you get an actual good looking device instead of an ugly plastic box. Yeah, so let's jump into the holiday season prediction. between Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony. We have the new device, PlayStation 4 Pro. It's coming out in November, just before Black Friday. We have the Xbox One S, which of course isn't as advanced, but does have 4K features and high dynamic range, as well as the original Xbox One. And then you have the Wii U, 3DS, and 2DS, which are sort of sinking ships, waiting for NX to reveal itself. Who do you think's going to win this holiday season? What's your mindset in terms of just,
Wii U.
Wii U.
Yeah. Just because.
All right, is that your bet?
No explanation needed. Just because.
I feel like there's quite the level of bullshit in your mind here. Are you sure you want to go with this? All right, he confidently
fucking think I am stupid. No. Fucking PS4, of course.
I know, it is true.
It's like obvious. It's like the obvious one.
You think PlayStation 4 is still going to pull through with this, even though they have that corporate?
Yeah, it's still going to pull through. They have like a huger demographic.
Right.
And I can see it being possible, like hardcore, top quality people like trading their PS4s for the 4K version.
I need the high quality.
Well, if they have because you got some there are some like rich spoiled people out there who exist in the world, or people that have like super jobs.
Oh, don't forget the people who are gonna buy the PS4 Pro just because it's the new PS4.
Bragging rights.
Not even with a 4K TV. They're just gonna go out and they're gonna buy one just because it's the new one. Even though it's ugly as
they probably have some kind of like HDMI to AV converter, so they're probably still playing on like a regular TV.
Oh my god!
Not even HD TV.
Oh my god! One of those old box TV. And I got the new device. God, that'd be so embarrassing.
It's weird that we're calling those old. I can't believe those phased out. I remember like, oh my god, flats. I remember like, oh my god, you have a flat screen. Now everyone has one.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still say that. PlayStation 4. You made agree. That's a great point. Everyone that I know pretty much has a PlayStation 4. There are only a few outliers that. Not everyone that I know, but the majority of people that have an 8th generation console, not counting Wii U, have a PS4. And it's rare that someone has an Xbox One and not a PS4.
Yeah, it's like the weird thing is like most people I know that have an Xbox One have a PS4 on the side. Yeah. So because they like spoiled and they just like have both.
Exactly.
So like if they probably had to choose one, I'm pretty sure it would be the PS4.
Yeah.
And there's only like a few people that only have the Xbox One, but like I doubt like they're probably gonna stay with the Xbox One for like they're gonna probably get a PS4 eventually.
Exactly. The thing is also that if you were an Xbox One gamer and you really wanted a PS4, the price is lower for PS4 entry, and if you already have a PS4, you don't really need this at all. But you will be interested in the Xbox One. I think that there's more of an install base, like you said, going toward the PlayStation and less toward the Xbox One. I think next holiday season is going to be the real sort of show presentation of how Xbox will actually defend in terms of Scorpio, because Scorpio is going to be coming out then.
Yeah, probably even the sadder thing is like the PS4 is like cheaper now, so like you're probably gonna have people trading in their Wii U's for one.
Well, yeah. I mean, we use garbage. It's not garbage. I'm sorry. It's invaluable at this point. It was valuable.
It's obsolete.
It was obsolete and invaluable. It used to be valuable until Xbox One dropped its price to $299, and then PlayStation 4 dropped its price to $299 today.
I'll be fair and honest. Like I had some good shit on there. I probably like played. If I had to be real, I probably put more hours in my Wii U than I did like my original Wii. Like if I'm not counting homebrew, right. It's just like Nintendo's just like they just like gave up on it. There was like for Nintendo fans, there was like a even though like it didn't look like the brightest idea at the beginning, it was like seen as like potential because like Nintendo is usually known for like just putting something, throwing something throwing some kind of cool shit out of their ass. Yeah. And these guys just kind of didn't do that this time. They knew as much as we did. What are you gonna do with this?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Every podcast we sort of end up on a certain point where we do a sad story about the Wii U. It doesn't happen on
really?
purpose, but we slide into the Wii U somehow.
Fuck.
Every episode for the past 3 episodes, there has been a consistent thing where it's like the Wii U has screwed up somewhere along the way, and we talk about it. It doesn't mean to happen on purpose, but it happens. But yeah.
Like it seems
this is gonna be the year where Wii U really suffers because they didn't push. This is gonna be the year where, like, if they really had a game, just one game, that it would have maybe helped. But Wii U, the only way for them to succeed is for them to be $199, and they're not gonna make that money on that much of a loss. But also, I mean, I see that 2DS is probably gonna make some revenue. It's $79.99 at this point. That's the first time ever that it's been $79.99. So, in the holiday season, so you might see 2DS and PS4 really start to pull through, and I don't see PS4 Pro making as much money. I also don't see. I think Xbox One is a solid thing to buy, but I don't see it making as much of a successful move as PlayStation, because there's just not that install base. So yeah, I mean, I guess this wraps this podcast up. Right?
The winner is going to be
Betamax,
iOS and Android.
Oh, you're thinking too far ahead, man. They already won.
There you go. I went for the cheap answer.
Alright, guys. That was it for Tech Gaming Podcast. I'm Bryan Swan, a.k.a. Athemocracy, joined with...
K9 Biscuits.
Find him
at
on...
YouTube/K9Biscuits.com.
And also find him on YouTube.com/Dragonoid.
What the fuck? Oh, yeah, you can find me there. Fuck, sadly.
Find him on find him on GP3E. As
I'm gonna fucking copy your videos, put them through like Keep Vid, and like just like upload them Fair Enough Dragonoid's channel just to fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna like put every single one of your videos you upload, and just gonna put on like Fair Enough.
I was gonna see a copy just like what? It's just like the image is gonna be flipped, so that's it.
New Cartoon Network TV show reactions. And democracy on Fair Enough Dragonoid's channel.
Alright, guys, thanks for listening. Stay tuned.
Alright, peace out.